Hello, faith leaders, and welcome to Breaktime. Philippians 1:29 says this: Since you are going through the same struggle you saw I had, and now hear that I still have. And Paul, once again, is talking about suffering. There's struggles in our Christian walk. And to think that we're going to just live struggle-free is not true. We are going to struggle with our faith and for our faith and in our faith. All of those are going to be sometimes a real struggle. And it's nice to know that even Paul struggled with his faith. That it wasn't that he struggled because of it. He struggled because of his faith, not because he doubted believing in his faith, that he didn't believe. That wasn't where his struggle was. His struggle was because he had the marks of Christ on him and in him, that he was being persecuted simply because he was living his faith. And so that's where his struggle came. And oftentimes I think our struggle comes in my struggle, your struggle probably comes in a different way. It's coming sometimes because of straight sin. Let's just be honest. Sometimes it's coming because we bring it on ourselves. But other times, believers, the highest form of struggling, I believe, is when you're struggling because others are coming against your faith. That's struggling. It's like this tug of war. Are you gonna go with them? Are you going to struggle and stand firm in your faith? Are you not going to bow down to the adversary? Are you going to stand up in your faith? And so Paul stood up. Paul, even in prison, stood up, and he made it all the way to the end. And he even said, I'm not done yet. I'm not done struggling. And neither are you. And so sometimes I think there's a gospel out there that says you won't suffer and you won't have problems and you won't struggle. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. But the wonderful thing is, as we go on in the book of Philippians, you're going to find that you have more power than you even begin to know what to do with. And it's right here in the midst of suffering. It's right here in the midst of struggling. It's right here in the midst of pain is where you're going to find power. You're going to find power to continue to overcome, just like Paul did. So no matter what your struggle is, maybe it's a relationship that whispers in your ear continually and gets you to doubt your faith. Maybe or persecutes you because of your faith. Maybe you're in a bad marriage situation. Maybe you have difficulties at the workplace expressing your faith because you're surrounded by people who don't believe, or you're surrounded by people who call themselves Christians. Sometimes this is the worst struggle in the world. They call themselves Christians, but yet act totally different way once they walk into their workplace. You see them go to church on Sunday. You may even participate in worship with them. You may even see them raise their hands to God and come forward. But yet they go into their workplace and they're true jerks. They don't love people. They're there to compete to get to where they need to go. They're there living in fear because they're afraid that they may lose their position of power if they don't act a certain way. Believers, that is not the struggle we're facing. Our struggle is because we're pushing through the persecution and getting through to advance the kingdom of God. It is a mighty struggle because Christ struggled, didn't he? He didn't struggle because he didn't know who he was. You're not struggling because you don't know who you are. You're a Christian no matter where you are. But the struggle is because other people around you may be throwing stones, maybe persecuting you, maybe saying things about whatever it may be. Continue. This message is to continue. Continue in the Spirit. Continue being encouraged. Continue being strengthened in the midst of your struggle, because right there is where Christ is. Have a blessed day.